Hi, Canyon Crest staff. I just wanted to send you some information that may be helpful to all of you for your small group instruction time from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And so I was asked to do that, and I was just going to share some resources with you. I'm sure you guys have a lot of resources out there, but just some simple ways that you can use that 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock time and with the resources that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. And let me downsize here. Okay, so first and foremost, the biggest thing we can do is provide videos to our students. So if you look here, when you're doing your lessons, I usually record most of mine, especially if it's a really important lesson or something I think that they may need to go back to. I do record those lessons right in the channel that I'm in for my class. And then that way they can go back at any point and they can watch that video and fast forward or rewind to any point that they need. So they would just open it here in Microsoft Stream and then rewatch that video for support. This is also great if you have students that are absent, so that's a great resource. Or I know some of you might actually pre-record your lessons that you're going to teach as little mini lessons that you can assign to those kids to go back to later. I do find that a little bit difficult with time. So I just record the lessons that I am giving to the students, and what I do is I start the recording at the very beginning when I start and then stop the recording at the end. Now, all of your recordings do go into Stream. So when you record on Teams, I do have my stream up right here. So all these are the videos that I recorded, and it could be during math or language arts. So at any point, if I have a kid who's absent or they're struggling with a certain concept or lesson, I'll go ahead and assign that and give them the link to that particular lesson that they need to review. And it's really easy to do that. You can just simply click the ellipses on either one, whether you're in Stream under Office 365 or if you record it within a channel on your team, and you just click Get Link and then send that to them and tag them in that link. So, saying @ and the student's name, give them the link and explain, hey, I would like you to rewatch this lesson that we covered just to give you some more support. So that was what I wanted to start with, was, giving students the opportunity to rewatch lessons. You can also use Edpuzzle as well. There's other video links that you can share with them that have videos on the concepts that you might be teaching. Another thing you can do that I found pretty neat for small groups is going into Wonders. So one of the resources that I found that I thought was pretty cool, let me just make this part bigger. So one of the neat things I found that is when you are in Wonders, whatever unit or week you're in, if you go down to these resources here that have the blue, red, and yellow circle, these are recorded assignments. So whatever concepts that you're working on that week, I really like to assign these because we're covering those concepts in small group for reading. And then I can see really quickly if the students are getting it. So usually I'll assign it maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday. And based on, us doing small groups and our language arts lessons and that sort of thing. And this is one of their assignments I give them. So you can just simply click assign this resource. And then you can assign it, you put the name, and then I usually do put, yes, it does require teacher review, and what they need to do, and you can click the start and due date for that assignment. So you might be asking, okay, well, where do I get this information once they do it? One of the things that's really cool with Wonders or Connect Ed is you can simply go into Wonders and click Assessment and Data and go down to your data dashboard, okay? And then you go to your unit and week. And the really neat thing is, so say you assign for this assignment, I assigned main idea and key details. And that was the game. So the game is the one I just showed you. So you can click the game, or you can click all, because this might include the assessment that you assign if you assign the weekly assessment or the selection test on Wonders Online. You can include all of them or just the game. But if I haven't done the assessment yet and I want to see if the kids need support with that particular standard, I'll just click the game so I can see. And then when you click right here, you export it to a PDF, and then you can open it up. And it shows you right here in your red and your yellow right in here. These are the students that need intervention on that concept. So these are the students that I pull into small groups during that 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock time. And I might review that assignment again. I can pull some of these resources right here that Wonders lists that they can work on. So once you get this PDF, it does show you your students that are at risk, your tier 2 kids, approaching, your on level, and then beyond level. So you know you're going to target those kids in the yellow and the red. And then it gives you resources here. You may have your own ideas to do small groups with those students. Okay. The other thing that you could do, I know Literacy Pro is kind of new to us, but you might want to do a small group in reading. So you might want to pick some content or concepts for the students based on what you're learning at that particular time, say in Wonders or social studies or science. So if you go into book search on Literacy Pro, and the students can do this too, they just have to use the filters. You can go ahead and click, when you click the reading level, so you could assign books based on the, well, you can't assign, but you can look for books based on that reading level, and you can work on those books during small groups. These are the different reading levels. So if you wanted to pick 400 to 500, and maybe you were learning about adaptations or something like that, you can type that in. And then based on the level you chose, it's going to show you all those books. The neat thing about Literacy Pro is that, and so here it's saying there's 0 results for adaptation. So we might need to go a little bit higher. Okay, these are the search filters here. So you can go under action and adventure, pick your level, and then pick your reading level. So actually it's easier probably just to go through genre. You could do biography and autobiography, chapter book classics, you could pick those, and then the reading level, and then click search. And then it's going to go ahead and show you. You want to probably click ebooks only. And these are the books that it's going to show you. If you click on the book, you'll get more information on that book. So this is showing this is a 500 level. And you can also look at the Think More test, which is equivalent to an AR test. So you can look at these questions, like some of them are on sequence of events. This looks like obviously it's mostly sequencing. So this gives some examples of different things you could do with Literacy Pro. So it's a little bit similar to AR, but it's also different. So I've had to actually spend a lot of time just showing my kids how to search using filters and their level and whatever genre they're interested in. So, and then for math, I wanted to show you guys for the math assignments. So if you go back to ConnectEd and go into your My Math, one of the nice things is you can actually assign the actual homework pages in the book. And so what I do for my students, and this has been super helpful, I will specifically log in and go to assessment, and then I'll click e-assessment, and I know our whole team is using this, and I think other teams are also using this. So you can go to your test generator right here, and you can create a new test. and then make up your title, say whatever chapter and lesson it is, or maybe it's on multiplication or something. You want to save most of your tests into your My Test, so that way it's easier to pull up. So you can give it a title, and you can even put the chapter and lesson, and then you want to save it in My Test, so you save it there. That's why it's easy to pull up. Click Next. And I think it's under All Questions Set. Okay, so you go to your chapter. Oh, no, it's not that one. Sorry, guys, I always get this one mixed up. All Tests. You go to E-Assessment Grade 4, or whatever grade you're in, you click that. And if you click whatever chapter you want, this is everything in the book. Everything in the book is right here. So you can assign it to them and get quick results as you're teaching. So say you teach the lesson and you're like, okay, so I want my students to work on chapter 4, lesson 6. This is the actual homework book. And what's nice about that is that you get the results instantaneously. You don't have to worry about, oh, send me a picture of it or any of that. So you click how many questions that you want. So I'm going to check 9 multiple choice, click off of it, and then click Next, and then click Finish. Now, once you've generated this test, what you would do next is go into Classes and Assignments right here, and you go into your class, drag it over, and you click New Assignment, and you could say whatever this assignment is. Once you assign it, you just click Select Test, click My Test. So multiplication with models is what I put. So you click OK. I always change my category to homework so they don't freak out because they think everything's a test. Click Next, and then you have your assignments, who you want to include in it or exclude, because you might differentiate there. Click Next. Now here is what's cool and interesting. So what you can do, I usually sometimes, depending on the lesson, I might give them 2 or 3 attempts to do the homework. You can also do a start and end date. And then sometimes you could even click here where you allow students to check their responses, maybe once. You let them to check and see how they're doing on it. That's completely up to you. And then you can also use scrambling, so every student starts with a different question. That's completely up to you on how you do that. And this gives them an opportunity to check your students' progress on the assignment. And then it gives you the opportunity to check and see, you know, who needs that small group intervention in math. So you click Next, and then you can have them present a report, a detailed report for responses. That's up to you, or just the score. So I usually start with the score because then I know, okay, I need to pull some of these students for a small group. You click Finish, and that's going to show up. So from here, so say I'm on this assignment, I'm on Classes and Assignments, this is one of my lessons. I can quickly look here, and I usually go right here to View Assignment Status, and I see who's done and who's not, and what are their scores. So who needs intervention? And at that point, I can choose to work with those students after I've taught that lesson, they've done the assignment. I can say, okay, these students need to stay behind in small group for this lesson in math, and I'll do some other strategies for them. So this is really nice because you don't have to worry about them sending you a picture of the homework or anything like that. If you're not using that, I would highly recommend that. And the last thing I wanted to show you really cool is MobyMax. So if you use MobyMax, I really like it because if my students are done with all of their assignments, or they're done with math, we taught the lesson, they passed it, I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and assign them some MobyMax multiplication or language arts. One of the things I really like about MobyMax, or one of the tools, is the real time right here. So when I click real time, this is going to show me who is in MobyMax, what they're working on, and what is their score. So if I say, okay, you know, Jane, John, whoever, you know, is in my group, and they're done, I'll say, okay, go ahead and go to MobyMax. And of course, you know, right now it's after school, so I don't have students on here, but it'll show you their student name, what subject they're working on, how much time, and what is their percentage correct. So if you're assigning them to do that outside of the lesson and they're completed, they may have extra skills or concepts that they can work on as well. So I do like to use it for math. I do use it a little bit for language, and I use it for informational reading if they need extra practice on certain skills. So the way you assign those lessons in here, I really like, is you go to lessons, so say I'm in math, and I want to click lessons tab. I want to assign them lessons, and you can assign your entire class, or you can make groups and assign a group. So say you want to assign your entire class or different kids, you can pick the grade level you want them at, or you want them to work on. Maybe they need to review some 3rd grade skills if they're in 4th grade, or if they're in 5th, maybe they need to review some 4th. So you can click the grade level you want. And then these are all of the standards and assignments, okay? And depending on what you're working on that week, like maybe you're working on place value or rounding, if you click it right here, once you click it, you can see all the subsets of the lessons. So you can click whatever one you want that you're working on. And usually I just focus on that one, because assigning the entire thing is going to take a long time. So I'll assign whatever specific one we're working on that week. And then they have to complete it that particular week. So you can click the ones you want, and then you click assign. And I like to put it within their assignments. So you could put it at the top for that particular week. And you want it in their assignments, always click yes. And if you want to choose a due date, you can click that here. Like, okay, see, I want it due on the 6th. I would click continue. And then when you go here to see the students, you can see, you know, what they have completed. Like, so they all have this particular rounding lesson. Once they do it, you will see the scores, and to see for each individual student, for example, you click their name, and you can see what grade level and what scores they've received so far. So that's super helpful for a small group too, and to give that remediation, because MobyMax does provide those videos and lessons beforehand. I've started to explore PathBlazer a little bit too, so that's just another way, just like MobyMax. So I know some of us have been through the lesson. It was a little challenging to start with, but I wanted to give it a try. There were things on there, and I really liked the videos. So if you want to assign particular assignments that you're working on that week, it gives them that extra practice. You can click assignment builder. You select a subject, whatever you want to work on. So say you want to do language arts, you're going to click your grade level, or whatever grade level you want them to work on. And maybe you want to do whatever comprehensional, like using evidence to support ideas. If you click that, there are these lessons here. And what you do is you click, this is the instruction, so that's where they provide the kind of cool video. My kids do like that piece. And then I'll usually at least assign them one, a little bit of supported, or you could do all 3 where they're citing text evidence. You select the ones you want to assign. You click add selected tasks. Complete assignments. You do need to click these, select them. Complete assignment. And I usually click this because I believe here it gives them resources after that. And then assign to students now, yes, I click next. Click here and you click your name and then you click finish. This is new to me too, just like it is for all of us. But I did start using it, and then here, so when I go in to check their work, I can look at assignment status once I've assigned it. Let me see class progress. I think that was it. Yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit easier when you go to courses and assignments, go to class progress. And then from here, you can see some of the assignments that I've assigned or some that are auto lunch. So one of them I gave was author's purpose. So to see how they did, I click details and go down. And so far I can see, you know, some of them have completed that assignment and some have not. And I could see their scores. So that gives you an idea of how they're doing on that skill independently. So maybe that's one skill you're working on and wonders. So that's all I had. I just wanted to give you guys just some general information and tools to use during your small group. And I hope that was helpful for you guys. And I will see you guys soon. Have a great day.